The other question was about intermittent fasting. Is intermittent fasting not eating, and what does our cell do? Our cell needs energy so that our body, the functions that it needs and that do not stop, also needs energy, and means that the energy from what we eat runs out of food. Then it starts taking from other sources, and here comes the ketosis part, and then that generates an expense. You already know that when you consume food, what you don't spend accumulates as fat, yes, and the fat stays there. But instead, when there is no source of energy that does that in our body, it tries to take muscle, it tries to take fat, and again, it comes to the Krebs cycle and will want to obtain energy from the source that has protein, fat, and that. It also begins to generate a change in your body because it no longer only takes the carbohydrates that you already ate, you no longer have, and you begin to take the reserves that you already have in your body. And that's why people say, it's not that I'm losing weight, and it is because the amount of energy that it requires taking from the body, what you have stored in the fat stores.
Even Ivancito, do we already know where all that energy is going to come out? Hey, but this, for example, I have an understanding that cells, when one fasts, it is as if they become more resilient as well, and it is as if they are rejuvenated, for example, that what chemically impacts that cell?
What happens is that I already take other sources of energy. Not anymore. Our food is more full of carbohydrates, for example. So try to take another different source of energy where their process of getting that energy, let's just say, is much more friendly to them, right?
Okay, I understand. It is interesting because, for example, if you go to social networks, it is nothing against communicators. But there's a difference, isn't there? Because, for example, many people talk in these media about how they feel when they do all this kind of vitamin diets and all that. But it's one thing to feel something else, to know the science behind it.
Although I have one thing, the person who does these intermittent aids also has to have themselves checked, because not everyone can do it, because some of your body may suffer or that you have weakened, and not everyone can do it. What's more, sometimes those who start intermittent fasting, you do a sugar test and it's high and you say, I'm diabetic, not what your body is wanting, and then glucose levels go up. So that's why I tell you, not everyone can do it. You always have to control yourself, that you are doing well, that your body is not going to suffer. Not me.